This is the Farm Monitor. For over 50 years, your source for agribusiness news and features from around the Southeast and across the country, focusing on one of the nation's top industries, agriculture. The Farm Monitor is produced by one of the largest general farm organizations, the Georgia Farm Bureau.
All right, and with that, we say welcome to an all-new Farm Monitor. New content, new music, some new graphics, and, drum roll please, a new permanent host, and someone that is familiar face to viewers, and that is Jennifer Parsons. So let me be the first to welcome you to the show and to the family as an official member. You've always been an official member, but now you're officially official.
Officially official. I've been here for about a year now, but
right.
I'm thankful to be here. Thank you for having me. Honored to be here. Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity, and I know I have very big shoes to fill, for sure. Yeah.
That's okay. No, but we're happy that you're here. And of course, that seat formerly occupied by Kenny Burgamy. If you missed last week, we said goodbye to Kenny, who is still with Georgia Farm Bureau in a managerial role. He's just no longer going to be a part of the Monitor on a regular basis. However, nothing changes. We are staying with the same formula for success, and that begins with this, the show lineup. Miss Parson.
That's right. Let's do this. Coming up, from city life to Highland cattle farmers, this family's journey is as unique as their beloved herd. The decision that reshaped their farm and brought them closer together. With the decline in farmers across the nation, the future of farming is evolving. Find out how robotics are revolutionizing agriculture and could soon transform Georgia's crops. Plus, you're going to meet the visionary behind a thriving community garden in Carroll County. Although young in age, his years of dedication have paid off, turning a once vacant lot into a thriving space for all to enjoy. These stories and so much more right now on the Farm Monitor.
Well, what began as an unknown venture for the Crawford family has blossomed into a thriving operation specializing in purebred Scottish Highland cattle. Our John Holcomb with an inside look at Crawford's 00 farm in McDuffie County.
After years of raising horses, the Crawford family made the decision 4 years ago to purchase their first purebred Scottish Highland. Ever since, they've worked tirelessly to expand their herd to what it is now, 25 of these unique cattle. It's a decision that the Crawfords didn't take lightly, but is one they certainly don't regret.
Initially, I was drawn to just how amazing they look. They're beautiful cows, but then as I learned more about them, I discovered that they're perfect for families that have less acreage than traditional cattle farms, so maybe 5 to 10 acres. They are very easy keepers. They're actually considered true ruminants, similar to goats. So yes, we do have to feed them hay, and we have to make sure that they have enough grass. However, they'll eat trees, they'll eat vines, so they kind of care for themselves. They're just a hardy breed. And what really spoke to me is their longevity. With Highland cows, they live up until their early 20s, and it's not uncommon for them to reproduce up until that time.
Of course, just like with any other livestock, they do come with challenges. The most notable, of course, are their thick coats. But Crawford says that they have adapted well to Georgia's climate and says they also take measures to make sure they stay comfortable.
What we discovered is here near Augusta, during the months of July and August, it became more challenging for them. Like, they didn't really want to eat more during the day, so we ended up installing sprinklers, and that was a game changer. So we have several sprinklers ready to go as soon as it starts warming up like today. We always make sure they have access to a good water source and that their water troughs are always very clean. But otherwise, they've adapted. So the girls that we've had here for now 3 or 4 years, their coats do start to thin out. They keep the Dawson and they keep all the hair on their legs, but the coats on their bodies, they actually start to thin out. And so I think they adapt.
As much as Crawford says she enjoys their farm and their Scottish Highlands, there's one thing in particular she said she loves most, and that's the fact that their operation is a family one, which, as you can see, is very much the case, as the entire Crawford family works to keep the farm running.
It's all hands on deck, as they say. So the children help me with feeding the cows. My daughter, who is 10 years old, she will help me work with the youngest calves. but she also helps me halter train them. She's helped me milk the cows. Any veterinary care that we can do on the farm, we've done together. Moving the cows, we do as a family. There's only 4 of us. When we have farm visits, it's just the 4 of us doing the farm visits. We don't hire anybody to come out and help with stuff. So she does dragging, so does my son, dragging the pasture. This year she's gonna start bush hogging. I mean, the kids are very, very much involved in everything.
Reporting in Thompson for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.
As the number of farmers nationwide has declined by over 7% the past decade, ensuring a safe and reliable food supply for a growing population has become increasingly challenging. To address this, robotics are slowly being integrated into agriculture and may soon impact one of Georgia's signature crops. Damon Jones has the story.
Between the use of GPS and auto steering on tractors to sensors and monitoring systems on irrigation pivots, precision agriculture has become an integral part of maximizing efficiency on the farm. And the next evolution could be the addition of robotics onto farming operations, like this onion sorter Prashant Doshi and his team at the University of Georgia have been working on for the past 6 years.
So essentially, the robot is engaging in what I call as pick, inspect, place. So the idea is that the robot has to figure out, where to go in to pick the onion. And this is told by the robot's vision system. And then based on, once it picks the onion, it will process it. And then based on what it sees, it will then either place the onion back on the conveyor or it will place it in the discard bin.
This technology is not designed to replace humans, but rather work alongside them, which provides an interesting challenge when programming its safety measures.
You need to first sense the human, where the human is, what he is doing, so detect what actions he's doing, and then estimate what he might do next, predict that, and then adjust your behavior according to that. So this is not a trivial thing at all. And humans don't follow like a fixed behavior. You cannot pre-program this into the robot. There is no one specific way in which humans sort something. So there are a lot of challenges.
Unlike the manufacturing industry, this smaller robot is designed to fit around the farmer's packing shed or warehouse, which provides a more cost-effective opportunity for them to check out some of the many benefits this technology can provide.
We essentially want to give them an option to be able to use robotic technology to do the sortation. So, there are off seasons and there are on seasons, for these farms. But during off seasons, they may still get shipments of onions and they may not have their full workforce around. At that point, you can actually use this technology and to be able to sort those onions. Also, sometimes workers get sick and they're not able to come in, but you still have to sort your onions. So then again, you can lean on this technology to fill that gap.
And this type of system might be closer than you think, as Doshi hopes to have robots like this up and running over the next few years.
The end goal is to be able to move this from the lab to the factory floor, to the packing shed floor. And once we are able to get our first deployment, then I think there'll be a better awareness of what this technology can do and how it can work for you. And I'm really hopeful that in the next 5 years, I'm hoping to see at least, some of the biggest sheds in Georgia start using this technology.
Reporting from Athens, I'm Damon Jones for the Farm Monitor.
Well, this young man dared to dream bigger, and against all odds, he turned a simple idea into the Bowen Community Garden. Don't miss his inspiring story of determination and community impact when the Farm Monitor continues.
My name is Bill Brim. I own Lewis Taylor Farms.
Stanley Culpepper, University of Georgia weed scientist.
I remember the first time I met my son here, Dr. Stanley Culpepper. I asked him that he was working with cotton. I said, we need somebody to work on vegetable herbicides.
Once I really started working in vegetables, keeping in mind I couldn't identify half of the vegetables when I came to Georgia that I currently work. It was actually Bill Brim who took me under his wing, taught me how to grow a vegetable crop. Well, I needed to learn how to grow the crop, produce the crop, manage the crop, even market the crop if I'm gonna be a really, really good specialist in vegetables. And Bill took me under his wing.
With Dr. Culpepper, he and I just hit it off right away when he came here because he was a worker. And we were so impressed with what he was doing.
So as a new specialist, there was a lot of pressure I felt on me that I should be the expert in every single crop that I'm working. And now, 24 years later, I realize that's not the case. What you need to be an expert in is building the relationships with those in the county, right? For me, it was Bill Brim. He was my very first grower that I built a relationship with, who spent the time, again, took me under his wing to understand what's needed in the vegetable industry.
You just don't know all the times and things that he's been out here and done over the years, and been bringing his daughter out here to the farm to me, and we're just like a family to us because, and that's the way he wants it because I mean he loves working with people and he loves doing his job.
We all fulfill our specific needs in different ways, but for me, it's the ability to get up every day and help family farms as they strive to feed and clothe the world. It is just some kind of empowerment in myself just to know that I play just a small role in the success of Bill Brim and Lewis Taylor Farms, as well as hopefully many thousands of other growers.
Well, it's still pretty new, but already the Georgia Farm Bureau Ambassador Program is fostering new ag leaders. No surprise, really. To even qualify for the program, you must be highly motivated, innovative, and passionate about agriculture and advocacy. UGA rising sophomore Adam Stone exemplifies these qualities. In high school, mind you, he founded Go Grow Georgia and started a community garden that is transforming the food landscape in his hometown of Bowen. Although small now, with Adam leading the way, the potential for growth is limitless. Let's be honest. Most 16-year-olds aren't thinking of ways to feed a community or how to provide much-needed fruits and vegetables to local food pantries. But when Adam Stone was 16, he was. Sure, he enjoyed those Friday night lights and putting on the pads, relished every moment in FFA, but nothing could derail him from fulfilling his dream of creating what is now known as the Bowen Community Garden.
I think what separates me from my peers is really the values and the morals that were instilled with me through, work and growing up. I grew up in this agricultural-based community, so, a lot of times when you get out of school, it's like, hey, all right, it's time to go cut grass, time to go move the cows, go feed the cows, Sometimes even before school, we had to go do farm work. And so I think my grandfather and my great uncle and my dad really helped, instill that in me. And so as I've gotten older, it's never really been a job. It's been more of it's kind of what you do. It's kind of like your assignment in life.
Driven by his passion for agriculture, Adam started researching community gardens. He learned about the benefits they brought to urban areas and wondered why his rural town couldn't have the same. With the support of his parents and a small grant, Adam set out to turn his vision into reality. The project wasn't easy. Adam had to find a suitable plot of land, convince local authorities and residents of its potential, and gather resources. His weekends were spent knocking on doors, presenting his plans to the town council, and rallying volunteers. His enthusiasm was infectious, and slowly but surely, the city of Bowen began to see the value in his dream.
I had tons of monetary and material donations donated to me. All the tin was from Morris Construction. That was an absolute blessing. It's probably $3,000 for the tin on that garden. That was just donated out of a scrap pile, and he was like, you can have it, go use it. Tons of individuals, Sheriff Langley and the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. I can't even put a number on how much they've invested in this garden and in myself, so that I have the opportunities to teach. I have resources, soils, seeds. The Carroll County Agricultural Center and UGA Extension Office, their seed bank has been phenomenal.
Adam admits that first planting season was a learning curve. He faced setbacks from unexpected frosts and pests, but his resolve never wavered. With each challenge, he learned and adapted, ensuring the garden thrived. By the end of the season, the Bowen Community Garden had produced an impressive array of tomatoes, peppers, zucchini, and more.
I want to bridge the multi-generational gap, and I want to bridge the multicultural gap, and even the educational gaps, and unfortunately, you find all three of those typically in an area with low socioeconomic status. So the signs you see behind me, the green circles, that's really for multicultural and for like educational purposes. Green circles are often go. The red octagons are like stop signs, just don't pick. A lot of the stuff that I like to do, especially for bridging the multi-generational gap, I work with the young kids, and as the plants grow, I work my way up the age range and end up doing I can harvest with the little kids, and the same afternoon I can go and do a canning clinic at the senior center.
Adam, now a college student at UGA studying agricultural sciences, returns home often to check on the garden and mentor the next generation of young farmers. His legacy is more than just a plot of land. It's a testament to what one determined teenager can achieve.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll return back to this community, middle or high school level FFA teacher. And I would love to be able to use this as a educational space. Little field trips every once in a while, come here, get the FFA guys and girls to come out here, let them teach. How can I feed people and how can I teach people? And that's my goal at the end of the day.
That is a special young man.
Really great kid, he really is.
All right, Ray, thanks so much. Time for our final break. When we come back, journey with us to Carnesville and this fourth-generation farm, a place where you'll find everything from beef cattle to cub goats. But the real stars, Dorper sheep.
The spotted lanternfly is an invasive pest found in several counties in the northeast United States and is threatening American agriculture and natural resources.
It damages more than 70 types of plants, including grapevines, fruit trees, and hardwoods.
We need your help to look for and report it. Spotted lanternflies excrete a sticky fluid that promotes mold growth and weakens plants. First seen in Pennsylvania in 2014, this invasive pest has been found in nearby states because people unknowingly moved infested materials or items containing egg masses. Most states are at risk because this pest, in all stages, can easily hitchhike on things we move. So to stop the spread of spotted lanternfly, we're working with state and local partners and you. Look for spotted lanternflies year-round. When they're young, in spring and summer, they are black with white spots and turn red as they mature. Adults with their colorful wings are easy to spot in late summer and fall. Newly laid egg masses look like wet gray putty before turning dull and brown, like cracked mud. Look for egg masses in fall, winter, and spring on all variety of outdoor surfaces like trees, bricks, stones, fences, grills, outdoor equipment, and vehicles. They gather in groups and feed on trees, especially the invasive tree of heaven, or Ailanthus, its preferred host. If you see spotted lanternfly, report it. Contact your State Department of Agriculture or Cooperative Extension Office. Learn more at the Hungry Pests website, aphis.usda.gov/hungrypests/SLF.
So, are you interested in promoting agriculture and access to locally grown food in your community? Then Georgia Farm Bureau President Tom McCall invites you to attend County Voices, Capital Choices, like the recent event at Dickey Farms in Uzella. If you missed it, don't worry, more events are scheduled through June across the state. These meetings are about more than just legislative updates. They're about connecting with leaders and building relationships to make a real difference for your county and beyond. For more information or to find an event near you, visit www.gfb.ag/CVCC. Well, have you ever visited a sheep farm? I'll tell you, it can get a little noisy. I had the opportunity to stop by Cave Period in Carnesville, where they showed me their operation, and while there, I even got the first glimpse of a future herd member. Take a look.
Are you being photogenic? Say, are you?
Meet Heather Cabe. Her husband Will and their children live on a fourth-generation family farm in Carnesville, Georgia, where they raise beef cattle, broilers, club goats, and Dorper sheep.
A mama sheep is called a ewe. Most of our ewes have had twin babies.
And this lucky mama is expecting two.
Two lines, those are the two backbones. And they're laying perfect on top of each other.
These advancements in technology allow them to take an ultrasound of this lamb right here on their family farm.
You see, like, that's a little leg moving, and that's a part of that one body part there.
Their mamas normally have their babies in late January or early February.
It looks like there's a backbone, that's 1, 2.
Once the babies are born, they'll stay with their mamas for 8 to 10 weeks until they're ready to be weaned and eat solely grass and feed. Then they will roam in this pasture. But they don't only eat grass.
This is a textured ration feed. There's a mixture of corn, soybeans, cottonseed hulls, sunflower seeds, all coated in molasses.
The Cabe family must feed the sheep twice a day and make sure they have fresh water and hay to eat.
This is what they do when they eat hay.
They are ruminants, so they need to have grass, grain in their bellies to be able to ruminate. Come on, lady.
This is the show barn, and it's where Heather says her kids learn life lessons.
So my boys have been showing sheep since they were about 2 years old.
It's not as easy as it looks.
We show sheep for two purposes, the market side and the breeding side. So those sheep are exhibited based on the amount of muscle that they would take to the rail or the breeding pieces that they would give back to an additional herd to make more mamas and more babies.
We're gonna blow out her leg, and then we're gonna put some shear shine in it. Sheep kind of like to chew their leg wool out, so we put leg wraps on so they can't.
The amount of care you put into it is what helps the animal grow and helps the animal to react with other humans.
So I would say that the most common misconception as far as raising any sort of livestock is the way that we care for them. These are basically members of our family. We make sure that they have the best life possible. We love them just like our own.
She says with any livestock operation, there's always a threat of a predator coming for their animals. That's where this little guy comes in. Meet Rocket.
Rocket is a Great Pyrenees. He's only about 3 months old.
He's training to watch over their flock. Another way they keep their animals safe and healthy is through a tagging system.
So we keep strict records on who has had babies in the past, who has not had babies in the past. If they have difficulties lambing or need help or need supplementing, then we'll know that going into next year's lambing season, and it makes things easier for us to operate.
She says raising these animals teaches her children responsibility and calls it their family team sport.
We're here 7 days a week. We're washing together, we're feeding together, we're taking care of the cosmetic side of it, making sure their hair is pretty and they look presentable to go in the show ring.
Congrats, your first show as the official new host. Now in the books, but you're not done yet. You still have one more paragraph.
More paragraph. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on the Farm Monitor. Stay safe and have a great week.
Bye-bye.